What's up, homies? My name is Sly Fox Sound, and I have a quick update video. And I don't know. I've been having to wait a little bit, and this moment is gonna be one of the hardest moments for a lot of my fans. But I want you guys to do me one giant favor before we start. If you guys can do me the one giant solid before anything, make sure to not comment until you watch the full video. Because the only reason I'm telling you guys this is I feel that after you watch the whole video, you will have a better understanding of what decisions were made and whatnot. That way you feel like you're more educated before you make, a rational comment or anything. But I did decide to leave the comment section open because I know a lot of people are going to feel one particular way, and I want you guys to really just vent, to take all your fury, your vent, your happiness, anything that comes along with this video, and just release it on this video. So I guess you don't have to go anywhere else to talk about it, because again, I want you guys to continue doing what you've been doing. All the homies here have been supporting me really well, and it really means the world to me. I really appreciate all of you guys, specifically as in late, since you guys have been putting a lot more content and you guys have been so much supportive. But long story short, I'm retiring from the creatures, and again, chill with the comments and everything. Yes, I will no longer be part of the creatures, but believe me, please, I will give you guys all the reasons as to why I'm making these decisions, and not to you guys jumping to conclusions thinking that it's because of one thing or another. But the main reason why I have waited this long to say this, if you guys haven't noticed, I haven't been in anything in the Creature Hub for a little bit, and a lot of you guys have been mentioning it. And the reason why I waited until at least the end of RTX is because I already knew at one point that we were gonna get a new member, and it's one of my closest friends, or at least one of the friends that at one point we shared a lot of memories, and his name is Dexter Manning. And congratulations on you becoming a creature, man, because I was really excited for this to happen for you, and it sucks that it was kind of coming into the same time that I was gonna make the decision to leave. And with this, a lot of you guys might think that he's my replacement to an extent, and he was never meant to be my replacement at all. Actually, he was just there to actually help us out, because the reality is the creatures are trying to grow, and I think it's a great idea for them to actually expand and get more and more people, so our job becomes a lot easier. Because to an extent, not everybody out there, all of you guys out there behind your computer only see what we produce content wise, and don't really much see everything goes into place. And it has been something with a lot of sacrifices. So I wanted to make sure to tell everybody that Dexter was never meant to replace me. He was supposed to be an addition to the creatures. Me and Dexter are like fucking friends and close as fuck. Like, I talked to him prior to this, and I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry. I hope that this doesn't come and give you any backlash. And on top of that, I said, like, listen, I'll wait until you're officially announced as a creature, which he has been, and then I'll explain to all of everybody watching this that it's not a replacement. It was never meant to be, and it looks like that, but it was never meant to be. And I hope that you guys can process that and be like, oh shit, so it was like, kind of just like a shitty time for this to happen. But it is what it is. And also, by the way, I do have like a list of stuff here. That way, like, I do go through every single thing, and if I do read it, it's just because I want to make sure that all of you guys know exactly like everything that goes on, because I don't want you guys to just fill the gaps. A lot of people have been lately doing this with our fandom, or like at least the creature fandom, when something goes happening or something goes missing, everybody starts filling the blanks and comes to speculations and rumors and stupid shit, where it essentially just like ruins the dynamic and the fun of what we do. We just make content, we just make videos for you guys, and then people just make these crazy assumptions, which kind of like ruin a lot of the things, like the comment section, just the feel of things. And just, I don't want you guys to think that something happened when reality, I know exactly what just happened, and I don't just want you to feel like it was something negative, because at the end of the day, I'm retired in good terms. Everybody here, we're all cool, and this is the one thing I want to bring to everybody, is that all of us at the end of the day, we're cool and we're still friends. It's just I have a lot of reasons why I needed to retire, because not only that, but I already done 2 years with this, and it has been a lot of sacrifices. But I'll go into that in a second. And also, I didn't want to make this video to be a cut video, so like if I just go and look down to make sure that I read my notes as like to all the things I need to talk to you guys, it's gonna happen, because I don't want this to be kind of, I guess, ungenuine, because I don't know, an edited video doesn't seem really genuine at times when it comes to like I guess a confession to, you know, a one-to-one with the fans. So there it goes. But let me see. So I guess I wanted to bring you and give you guys the main reasons for me retirement. The one that I got was my mother. I don't know if you guys ever knew, but I try to keep a lot of my life pretty private, and I think I did mention, I swear to God I did mention something at one point, but I'm not quite sure. But not too long ago my father passed away, and it was really shitty, and it came out of nowhere really. Like, he was really sick, and he was one of those people that really didn't take care of himself much, and we expected that it would happen one day or another. Everybody dies, you know, but it happened in a moment that we didn't really expect. And with that, I was here in Colorado. My sister at one point already has moved to Florida, so that left my mother by herself in PA. Not to say that she didn't have family members, but it's not the same thing. I don't know if you guys know how Puerto Ricans are, at least the Latino culture. For me, we're very, very, very family orientated, and I drive off my family. I drive off, you know, being connected with my family to an extent, even though sometimes I'm a big antisocial to an extent. But anytime that I spend time with my family, it's the best time in the world. And I know there's some people out there, a few fans out there might hate their dad, might hate their mom, and might be like, fuck that. And I understand that. If you have your own personal beef with your family, that's completely cool. Everybody's different. But me personally, as a Puerto Rican, we really value our family, and specifically my mother, since she was the reason, well, me and her and my dad are the reason that I'm here. So I owe my life and everything to them. And for the longest, my mom was dealing with the fact that, you know, my sister wasn't there and I wasn't there. Yeah, she had her sister and, you know, her sister's husband to actually, you know, communicate and just be with them. But it's not the same. You know, she's not a native English speaker either. So, like, not to say that she has trouble, but she does. Because, again, at the end of the day, like, it's not her natural language. And she, to an extent, I feel like being by herself and, you know, not having me or my sister would make her feel kind of like out of place, in a place where, like, if she ever needed somebody to talk in English to somebody that she felt either intimidated or whatnot, I could have been there, or my sister could have been there, or whatnot. Anything that could have been like that. So it just sucked. After a while, you know, I talked to mom, and I felt, and I could tell that it was really getting to her, the fact that she was by herself. And she had mentioned to me a while, you know, trying to like move back and everything, and just like to make sure to take care of her, because the reality is, like, my father was the main reason that, you know, things could get done in my house economically. And thanks to you guys throughout this whole time, I've been able to help my mother really like live. But after a while, the combination of helping her and then doing my own expenses here was getting really, really hard to deal with. And not to say anything, but Colorado is a really fucking expensive place to live. It's one of the nicest places to live, but it's really fucking expensive. And after a while, you know, it takes a toll, and it just sucks. I know that my mother was really affected, you know, for the lack of having her child around her, just her immediate family. And I think both me and my sister felt it too. And a lot of people kept saying, you know, oh, this is weird, you're not being like the old Sly Fox or anything. But the reality is, like, the old Sly Fox had a lot of different things, where I had my family and all that jazz, and I was surrounded, you know, by the people that I love. On top of that, you know, back then with the Creatures, you know, we were at the point that we were, you know, growing so immensely as a company. And again, this is the one thing that people don't realize, that being part of the Creatures takes a lot of sacrifices. And what sucks is that a lot of the guys get it shitted on, sometimes so much, when they're sacrificing so fucking much, not only for themselves, but for you guys too, to be able to entertain you guys. And it's, you know, sometimes reading the comment sections back in their channel, like in the Creature channel, it just like, it's terrifying to see, like, sometimes how ungrateful some fans are, and like how, like, you know, there's no repercussions. At the end of the day, this is the fucking internet. Anything doesn't fucking matter. There's no repercussions. You can be anonymous and completely destroy anybody, but it sucks, you know, being in the receiving end of that. And that's not something I want. You know, I don't want this to be, again, something terrible for the creatures or anything like that. I, if anything, want them to continue doing more and more. But let me continue looking at my list so I can continue telling you all the reasons that I got, because again, I do have all the reasons and I want you guys to have all the information. That way you guys can be like, okay, I understand why this decision is made, and you know, be happy with the outcome, because again, at the end of this video, the outcome is a very happy one, I feel, and it's gonna be great. But let me continue looking at my list. The main one of the things that I really care about, again here, and it's a big one for me, is my channel. Ever since I started doing stuff for the creatures, it has been more apparent, not only for me but for everybody in the group, that they haven't been able to really like cater so much to the channel at one point. Eventually, as we went on, we learned to do it, but it's never been an easy thing, and specifically me now, since I have 2 channels that I have to take care of, my English channel and my Spanish channel. Then on top of that, I had a lot of responsibilities that came with the creatures, so I wasn't able to be able to dedicate as much time to be able to edit my videos the way as I wanted to be able to, like, I was finding shortcuts. Essentially, I was finding shortcuts to be able to do what I did already on my channel and then do what I needed to do with the creatures. But it was showing on my channel that it's like, what's going on here? Like, this is nothing refreshing. You're not editing. What's going on with Rolo Creepers? What's going on with these series that haven't been picked up? And the problem with that is that I couldn't really, I guess, like, stretch myself so much to be doing all these different things. It's a big undertaking, and again, to all the guys that are still doing this, like, this is a fucking challenge, and you guys, really, I need all of you guys that are, you know, still cool with the fact that you're a homie and supporting me and still like the idea of the creatures, because again, the creatures are amazing, but it's a lot of work, and these guys are kicking ass, not only for themselves but for all of you guys. And you know, again, this is something I want you guys to be able to, like, have their backs instead of just like bashing on them, because this is not a oh, they fired me or anything. It's like, this is me retiring because I understand that I personally did all that I could for this, and then if I were to keep going, I don't think it would have been good for me. It wouldn't have been something good for me, and I think to an extent in the future it would have not been good for them, because it would have come off on me, and I wouldn't want. I want to be able to say, if I leave in a good point where, like, the guys at the moment, they're doing super good, they're super successful, and I love that. That's one of the best things. But for me, I think I was done with this, and yeah, it's just with this case, and just going back to the same like topic that I need to say, it's like, now I can actually afford to put as much time as I can to edit all my videos. And yes, with that comes meaning that since I'm not gonna be part of the group, that means that, like, Spencer won't be editing. So to you, Spencer, thank you so much. I know it was a short run, man, but specifically to all you Spencer fans, Spencer's life, Spencer's love, I still stand behind that. And Spencer, you're gonna do a great job. Keep doing all the things that you need to be doing for the Creature Hub, because again, you're a great editor and you learn fucking quick, man. And I miss your blue hair. Seriously, paint it back just for shits and giggles. Just do it because it was fun, and I'll miss eating Wendy's with you. It was fucking cool. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just wanted to be able to go back to the point where I was happy, or not happy, I guess, more so being able to put a lot more time into the main things that made me happy, which is doing the gameplay commentary. At the end of the day, this was becoming something for me a little more, I guess, something that I couldn't handle, and I don't know if that makes me a weak person, or at least someone that understands their limits. And I think I wouldn't want to get to a breaking point where then people would be affected. And if, I guess, a weakness is to understand your own weakness, then, well, so be it. But I personally consider it a strength. That way, you know, I don't get to that, again, like I said, breaking point and affect others. But let's continue with the list, I guess. And oh, I already explained this. There was so much shit that I was doing. I was juggling. I guess this was my own fault, and I don't blame any of the guys for this, but there was so much stuff going on, like I said, with the startup of my new channel, the Spanish channel, that I haven't been able to put videos the past few days, unfortunately, due to the fact that I have been gone to Florida, which I'm gonna explain to you guys why I was over there in a second, and all that other jazz. Like, it was just really hard to juggle all the things. It came in, like, again, my main channel, English channel. I was given the responsibilities throughout this whole time of multiple series, Creatures Play, What else? I forget which others ones I did. I'm sorry, I can't really name it on top. I didn't really write it. And on top of that, at one point, like the server, and on top of that, that's one of the things I wanted to bring is like a lot of sacrifices came into place with this. Like me myself, I had already like a homie server base with a few of my friends that I had, Sam, Justin, Scott, all of you guys out there that are now helping the creature server. Like I did a lot of sacrifices, and I think like again, like it's not a bad thing. I'll be able now to put more time to my channel, my second channel, and you guys, if you guys are really here for me. If you guys are here for the fact that I was just a creature, then I understand if you unsubscribe, and I wouldn't even hold it against you. Again, at the end of the day, I'm gonna just continue doing what I do best, entertain all my homies, and making sure. Oh, hi, chef. It's really how unprofessional I am. Making sure that you guys are always filled up with content to be happy and just be able to like do what you want to do and just have your days filled with, you know, good positive videos that I constantly make. You know, this is something that I really drive on, being able to really connect with my fans, and it has been a lot harder to be able to, because again, like I was just having too many things, dealing with the creature server, doing the series, doing appearances, everything. It was to an extent getting really hard for me, and again, I don't blame any of the guys for this. This is my own fault, because I guess I felt like I could handle more than I could chew. Oh, you're disgusting, chef. And you know what? I liked it. I liked the challenge. At the end of the day, I did a lot of great things, and where I left off with the series, let that be when I pass it to Seamus or get the server back to one of the fellas so they can actually handle it. At the point that I left, I enjoyed everything, and all the things were great. Oh, another series that I had was Head to Head, where Chip and Marshall were born. So like stuff like that, like, you know, I did a lot of things, and you know, I felt like at this point it's not a terrible thing to say like, all right, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I already helped enough this group. And I feel like it's time to like now just go back to I guess a simpler way, something that'll be, I guess, you know, be able to focus more. Because again, I understand that I'm one of those kind of persons that sometimes bites more than they can chew when it comes to like series and whatnot. That has been an example on my channel throughout the whole time. There's a lot of series that I haven't been able to finish and whatnot, and it came down to the reality that, you know, I just didn't sometimes have the time, because let that be at the time, without, if I wasn't in the creatures, because this is what this whole meme biting more than I could chew was way before the creatures, just so you know. And to anybody that has been subscribed to me should know this, because I have a terrible habit of having series that are not finished, which I'm going to try to finish now because I have the time. Watch out! So this is great. This is really fucking good for me. And again, all these things that are coming into place are gonna be now not a problem so much, or an issue, because again, like the family aspect, which I'm gonna announce a little bit in here, it's gonna be fixed, and all these other problems that were there are not gonna no longer be a problem. So essentially, I'll be able to just be able to produce all the content and just be here for all my homies. And I think that's what I want everybody to realize. I guess if you're just a creature fan and like me because I'm a creature, again, then if that's the case, then you're more than welcome to unsubscribe, and I wouldn't be mad at you. I really respect that. You know, it's just, you maybe just want the whole package or nothing. If you're not a creature, then I'm not interested, and that's fine. And I guess one of the main reasons, and I know I have it here, I might just skip or whatnot, but I felt that it was good to retire because I'm also going to be moving. I'm going to be moving to Florida pretty soon here, where like a lot of my family members, and actually my mom is going to be way closer to me, where I can actually be there for her and have her back if anything goes wrong. And my sister lives there actually too, and a lot of homies actually live over there. So I'm going to be able to like not only do more stuff with my family and just kind of bring that all like, I guess, energy that came back from that, but more so like I realized like there's a lot of fans in Florida, which was cool, because I was tweeting, I was like, how many homies are over there? And there was a shit ton. And if you're a homie that lives in Florida, then congratulations, because I'll be living there and I'll be doing homie meetups quite a few times. I want to be able to, I guess, go back to the point where I was connecting more with my fans, because something that I was always aware of is the more you grow, the harder it's going to be to connect with your fans, and I knew that for a fact. Because the more of you, and just like you guys versus me. I'm just one person. You guys are a million, and it's crazy. It's really, really crazy, and I knew that this was gonna happen, but now I'll be able to, again, I'm gonna have so much more time to be able to focus on things that I'll be able to go to the roots, to be able to record with other people, to kind of go back to how things were, and just really just kind of have like the old kind of way of fun for myself, realistically, and it's gonna be really good. So now let me see real quick to I guess we were still in the point of sacrifices. I guess, you know, I talked about how I had to like sacrifice the homie server to really focus on the creature server. That we want to be this bigger thing for all of you guys. We want you to see that we're growing, and you know, don't see this as a step back for them, and don't see this as a step back for me, because I feel personally that both of us as individuals, assets, the creatures, and Sly Fox Sound, which is me obviously, but we'll be able to keep growing, because again, like, even though again it wasn't planned for me to leave and Dexter come in, it was supposed to be me staying there, Dexter come in, and then, you know, in the future, I don't know if you guys want to, if you have seen this or not, there's a Tumblr post there where Uber Hacks Nova, aka James, you know, it kind of explains a lot of things, and he really mentions that we need more people to keep making this a reality. We need help, and we're really short on help. It's really, really difficult. So I don't know, but I do want to apologize if this is all over the place. It's been something that I've been wrapping my head around, and it's a big decision. It's been a really, really big decision, but I guess at the end of the day, I wanted you guys to make sure that you knew that it was my decision, that I have no beef with any of the guys. I fucking love all of them. I support them 100%, and nothing, like, there's no bad blood. This is the one main thing that I want everybody to realize, that there's no bad blood whatsoever. And just want to make sure that I actually am doing all this. Yeah, I guess, yeah, the one thing that I have it all here. It's just so weird. Like, it's all scattered, and I just like am terrible at following, like, I guess presentations. I wasn't that great at doing presentations in school, as I guess, so you obviously can tell. But yeah, it wasn't, to me, to an extent, I feel like it's just not fair for me to stay in the group, since I'm no longer going to be in Colorado, since I'm already planning to move, because I need to be closer to my family. I need to be able to make sure that my mother is taken care of. I need to be in an area that, you know, I'll be able to know that in a few months I'll still be able to afford this place, because again, this place is really expensive, and you know, me helping my mother at the same time, I'm gonna eliminate a lot of things that I'm already paying for, that you know, eventually over time can actually stack up and could fuck me over. And you know, I don't want all this hard work to go away for nothing. I want to be able to grow and continue to be a bigger and better person, and I think this was the right way to say this and to do this. So, you know, me retiring from the group is mainly also because I don't think it's fair for me to not do anything, because I know how the group operates. I know how this group operates, and mainly the components, we work within proximity, being close to each other, being able to physically be here, you know, and I know that me not being physically here will actually hurt the group more by me saying that I'm a creature and that I'm not going to be able to do anything for them. And it's just, I personally took the stance that I felt like that was unfair, and it just sucks. It just sucks for me to just be in Florida and be like, oh, I'm a creature, and not be able to like just put my hands back and pretend that nothing is happening, when they're probably busting their ass and again doing shit tons of sacrifices for the name of the creatures. You know, we really care about this group. It's fucking our life. It's our passion, and like, I want it to continue, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm just giving up on this. That's I guess the main thing. Like, again, like the two main things I want to people get from this is that, one, I'm not giving up. I just know that I'm in the point where like I just done everything I could, and I know if something were to happen to one of my family members over there, my sister, my mother, and not being able to just be there for them, that I would never forgive myself, because I've already done so many sacrifices that it's so heavy on me already that I don't think I can keep doing any more like this. And it's a sacrifice to go away from my friends. It's a sacrifice to do the things that I do, but I do it for you guys, because at the end of the day, I know that if I would have kept going at this rate, my channel would have probably died, because I couldn't be able to pay as much attention as I would have wanted to. And again, like, you guys are my main force when anything. You guys are the reason that I'm here. You guys are my bread and butter. You guys are my driving force in this YouTube. You guys are not a fan base, you guys are a community. And again, if you guys want to see how well you have been doing, look at the past few videos, the comment section correcting me in the most appropriate fucking ways. You guys correcting each other and not being dickheads about it. You guys have become, like, in a matter of not even a month, you guys turn around from, you know, having like, and everybody was noticing that the YouTube comment section has been really toxic, to like everybody saying like, holy shit, everything's going back to normal, what the fuck is going on? And a lot of people have been realizing that in the comment section, and the content that I produce and the things that I've been doing, and they're like, this is fucking awesome. And that's what I want at the end of the day, you guys to be happy. And again, this doesn't mean that the creatures are gonna stop, and doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop. If anything, I'm gonna be able to do so much more for you guys. So you're gonna have that, and the guys are gonna keep producing kick-ass content over there in the main hub and their personal channels. So definitely go check it out. I'm gonna put the link to the channel right in the description. Seriously, I truly 100% support these guys, and it means the world to me that if you guys are able to look beyond this as a negative thing and actually see it as the way I see it, as a positive. Because again, if you're a homie, if you're a true homie, a fan of me, this only means that I'm gonna have more time for you and for all the things that you like, all the videos that you like, and all the series that I'm gonna be producing in the future that you will be definitely getting. And it's gonna be like this sounds really fucking lame, but I love Pokemon, but it's like Charmeleon shedding its skin and evolving into Charizard. This is the next stage, and I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited. I didn't read almost a lot of the shit that I wrote here, but I think throughout the whole time that I just rambled throughout this whole video, I actually really I mentioned there's now Friends Hysteria group. And I guess one thing I do want to say, and this is something that I know could be a thing, and this is I think the part that I was most scared of everybody taking it wrong, but let me explain. I'm gonna say it and then let me explain what it means. I wanted to say, like, don't expect any of the series that I have with the guys to be ever finished, or if they're finished, it's not gonna involve them. Let that be the series with Borderlands with Seamus and Alex, or like XCOM with Seamus and James. Like, all these series that are not finished that involve them, expect them to be finished with somebody else or not to be finished, because the reality is we're so fucking busy all the time. This sucks. This is the shittiest part. Like, we're so fucking busy with our own personal life, our own personal channel, having to be for everything in the hub, trips and all that shit. It is so overwhelming, and it's so much fucking shit that we have to do for not only for ourselves but for you guys. And I, as a former creature, or I don't know how the word, like, past creature right now, whatever you want to call it, I understand that. Like, I understand that it's really hard to, like, either record outside that circle, you know, that creature circle is sometimes really hard to, like, look past that, because we're so into what we can do for all of you guys, what more content we can produce. Like, we have so many we had so many serious ideas, and they still have so much stuff for you guys. It's gonna be amazing. That, you know, sometimes we're just so busy that it kind of like limits us to just depend on each other, like a family within themselves. And that's why I want to say, like, to anybody, you know, please stop asking, like, are you gonna finish this with that, blah blah blah. I'll probably will finish it, but it will be with somebody else, and that's it, really. Or consider it done. That's really the case, really, because I don't think it's fair to have people go either to, you know, James's channel, Seamus's channel, any of the creatures' channels, be like, oh, you're gonna record a slide, because again, no one understands how busy we fucking are. And again, since I'm not in the immediate circle, I understand that, you know, it could be a little bit harder, and I'm not upset about it. Here's the thing. The main part is, like, you guys might be upset about it, but I'm not upset about it, because I understand it. I understand the sacrifices that all of us have to do, and there's something that I'm okay with. At the end of the day, just because I'm not gonna be able to, like, to talk to them as much as I did before, doesn't mean that they're any less of a person to me. And the specifically main rule when it comes to this is, like, the relationship that me and I has Cuckwig and Red have, like, we have together. Like, we're now the kind of people that we need to, like, talk to each other every fucking day to, you know, feel like we're still friends or, you know, really close. Every time that I do see Cupquake in conventions or anywhere else, or I just hit her up on Sky and even let that be like a few months that I haven't talked to her, it was like nothing happened, and we just picked up from like the last time that we just talked. You know, it was like, hey, how you doing and everything. It just, we don't need to babysit our relationship, and I think that's what's gonna be the same case with the creatures. I don't expect them to be able to have the time because, again, is this thing, the creatures, is a fucking giant passion project. It's a big thing, and I want them to be able to be successful. I don't want this I guess news to all of you guys to be a bad thing. It's not. It's not. It's my own personal decision. They're gonna do great. I know probably in the future there's gonna be way more people for the creatures, and guys are gonna have so much more people to love. And again, if you love my content, guess what? I'm gonna be making way more for you guys. And on top of that, if you guys live in Florida or on the East Coast, I'm gonna start trying to do fan meetups where, like, I'm gonna be able to have time for that. I'm gonna be able to have time to dedicate to all of you guys. I'm gonna be having time to do so much, and that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the positives. All the negatives suck, yes. Oh man, this is gonna be a big change and whatnot. But again, like, I haven't been really recording with them that much outside from XCOM on my channel. Like I said, like, there won't be much of a giant change really. And you know, obviously I'm not gonna be in stuff in the Creature Hub, but again, that doesn't mean that you should support them any less. There shouldn't be a reason for you guys to attack them. They're my fucking friends, and you know, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't know if you guys have a friend out there that you really care for, but I really care for these guys, and it's hard. It's fucking hard. But I guess I'll leave it there. Good stuff to come, and yeah. Good luck, guys.